I had a 3D model. No Enscape, no Lumion, no V-Ray. Just a model and one afternoon. Most architects delay producing visuals for the same reason. They are waiting until the renderer is set up properly, or the model is cleaner, or they are finally have time to learn the lighting settings. I wanted to test what happens when you skip all of that. One tool, one afternoon, one complete visual set. So let's get into it. First output, the exterior, the hero shot, the image that does the most work in any client presentation. So I'm starting with a clean daytime view. It's straightforward facade-facing angle, enough geometry for the tool to read the building correctly. And the process is simple. Upload our model view, pick your style and lighting, and let it run. So let's generate automatic prompt. I will slightly change it, and here is a new feature. You can actually specify the lighting for your visual. From all the options, I'm happy to go with the midday, and also you can specify the landscape, so I will choose urban context. So let's see the results. The materials read immediately without any manual assignment. The tool provided facade finish, window depth, and the surface texture from the geometry alone, and it's doing it convincingly. I'm happy with how realistically this image looks like. The sky and lighting relationship feels well considered rather than generic. Let's now save our image in 4K quality. So this is our base image, and now I will start layering our edits on top of it. So this is where MyArchitectAI starts to separate itself from a standard single shot renderers. Same image, I'm switching it to the night. No re-uploading, no resetting, it's working from the same base. Nice, the interior glow coming through the windows is the detail that sells this. It gives the building a sense of being occupied and lived in rather than artificially lit from the outside. That warmth from the inside reads as habitation, and this is exactly what the residential exterior needs. Now let's populate it and add some life to the scene. Let's go to the edit by prompt. Let's add some people and cars to the street. One click and figures are placed to the scene automatically. Perfect. The scale reads immediately. The moment figures appear, the building stops feeling like a model and starts feeling like a place. This is the entire job of Entourage in the visualization. This is not a decoration, it's a scale reference that the viewer reads subconsciously. Without it, everything feels slightly unreal. And now, what you can see, the people aren't perfect here. So what I will do, I will take that image to Enhance section to refine it. So in the Enhance section you have the Refine and Rebuild, and we will come back to that in a moment. But for now I'm going to the Select areas, let's highlight the people. In the prompt I'm putting to Improve People, and let's see the results. The quality lift here is immediate, and the image is not altered in any other way that matters. The geometry stays accurate, the camera angle stays locked, figures stay where they were. What changes is how the people look like. Next, elevations. I wanted to test this specifically because the elevations outputs from AI tools are the hardest to achieve. Perspective renders give a tool a lot to work with. Depth, shadows, spatial cues. And elevation is flat. The geometry is stripped back, so there is less information for AI to build from. So I'm running two completely different styles on the same elevation to show the range. The first one will be realistic. Let's upload our image, automatic prompt, let's update it, and let's see the results. Nice, the proportions stay accurate, and it respects the geometry. The first floor is perfectly fine, but the ground floor, it has some more windows. So this is the elevation limitation. It's really hard for AI to understand the timber cladding, with the glazing sitting behind it with the gaps between. I think it would be alright from the perspective and the 3D model, but the elevations are much harder. However, the material texture, tonal depth, and the lighting direction, they are all fantastic here. Now same input, completely different style. Ukiyo-e, flat planes, bold outlines, strong graphic contrast. It's a long way from photorealistic, and that's exactly the point. The graphic quality is striking, and the style actually suits elevation geometry. And by the way, the windows and cladding on the ground floor are correct on this one. The flat planes of a building facade work naturally with the aesthetic. The results feels deliberate rather than like a filter applied to the wrong type of the image, so this is a legitimate presentation choice for the right project and the right client. Quick one, if you want to try MyArchitectAI yourself, you can get 20% off with my code 8820. Link is in the description. Now inside. Two spaces that ask for a very different things from visualization. A kitchen where material and light clarity matter, and a bedroom where atmosphere does the work. I want to see how the tool handles both. Let's upload our first image. I'm choosing the interior, automatic prompt. Let's slightly correct it. For the lighting, I'm choosing bright and airy, and let's see the results. Wow, the ambient light reads naturally. No harsh overexposure on the worktops, no flat grey shadows in the corners. It feels like a kitchen that actually gets daylight, which is the baseline you need. Now let's do our second image. Basically, same settings, but I'm doing the natural daylight here. The natural light coming through the window is doing heavy lifting here. The room feels calm and considered, and the materials are responding well to the directional light. The quality of light is what separates a convincing interior render from a flat one. Now I want to see how far a single lighting change can shift the image mood and atmosphere. Let's go to the edit section. I'm going to the set atmosphere feature and choosing warm light. Perfect, the shift in mood is significant. The room goes from fresh and airy to something more intimate. The warm tones really work here. Soft furnishings feel more considered, and the whole room feels more like a place someone wants to be in. For a residential bedroom, that emotional quality is the entire point of visualization. If this was useful and you want to keep seeing real workflow tests like this, not just tool overviews, hit like and subscribe. Now the Enhance feature again. Refine is for renders that are already decent. It layers quality over a good base without changing what's already there. Rebuild is a completely different tool for a completely different problem, because it's regenerating the image rather than refining it. So that means it's less precise about the original composition, but that imprecision is the trade-off for the quality jump it produces. So let's upload our image, let's select Rebuild, and let's see the results. The realism jump from the source image is significant. And I want to be specific what significant means here. This is not a subtle quality improvement. The output looks like it was produced by a proper rendering engine with considered lighting and material settings. That quality jump is the entire argument for using the Rebuild feature. So Rebuild is most useful in two situations. First, you have renders from software with weak rendering engine. Second is you are starting out in Lumion or Enscape and you cannot yet produce convincing results. Now let's quickly do our second image. Perfect, material definition in the output is noticeably sharper than the source. Surfaces that were ambiguous or flat in the original became readable and specific after Rebuild. And you can tell what the material is, how it reflects the light, and how it sits next to the adjacent finishes. And I absolutely love the green roofs here. That's the quality. So rather than spending 2 hours tweaking settings you don't fully understand yet, Rebuild takes what you already have and produces something that looks like it came from completely different pipeline. And now animations. You are not trying to compete with full ArchiViz Studio. You are trying to explain design clearly to someone who needs to understand it with the time you have. And for that, those deliver. So for the first animation, I'm uploading our 2 frames. We will do the time-lapse between night to day. And on this one, I'm going with my bespoke prompt, so as always, all the prompts will be available in the pinned comment down below so you can copy everything. And one more important thing, prompts are purely optional. So let's see the results. The lighting transition across this one is smooth. You can watch the building change character as the day moves. Strong for any project where the evening use or street presence at night is part of the brief. Now for the second one, I'm using the Aerial Reveal preset. The Aerial Reveal gives the building context before you give it detail. The viewer understands where it sits, how it relates to the site, and what the surroundings look like, all before the camera has settled. For the animation number 3, I'm uploading our realistic elevation and ukiyo-e version. Basically, we'll do the before and after transition. The transition from a drawing to photorealistic render in a single continuous animation is something clients respond to immediately. It bridges the gap between the drawing they cannot quite read and the image they can. For the animation number 4, I'm using Day to Night preset. The composition works really well here. The facade reads different enough under artificial versus natural light that it's worth showing both. And I like how realistically the surrounding behaves. Animation number 5, rotational view around the kitchen. The kitchen rotation is deliberately restrained. The slow movement gives the viewer time to read the space and the materials without the camera pulling their attention away from the architecture. Animation number 6, bedroom dolly in. The dolly into the bedroom is the most cinematic clip of the interior set. It creates a sense of arrival. The room comes towards you rather than being presented to you. This kind of movement communicates something that the static render cannot. Next one is the exterior rotational view. The subtle rotation around the exterior gives you the full building without rushing it. Everything revealed slowly enough that the viewer actually takes it in. The quality is what makes it work in a presentation context. And the last one, exterior dolly in. The dolly in towards the garden and the patio is the one I would use to open the client presentation for the interior. It ends on approach. The viewer feels like they are about to go inside. It's a forward motion and invitation. For client presentations, planning submissions, or early stages communication, this is genuinely strong. So here is what I produced in one afternoon with nothing but a 3D model and MyArchitectAI. Exterior day, night, and enhanced with people. Realistic elevation and UKOE version. Kitchen and bedroom in 2 lighting variations. 2 existing renders rescued with rebuild. And then animations covering every major camera type. This is a complete visual set. The kind of thing you would normally require renderer setup, material libraries, and lighting rigs, and hours of iteration. So if you have rendering software that you know perfectly well, keep using it. MyArchitectAI is not trying to replace V-Ray workflow for someone who has already mastered it. But if you are still getting to that point, or you are working on the early stage design where speed matters the most, this tool removes the barrier completely. When it comes to the pricing, you can try MyArchitectAI for free. Paid plans start from $29 a month, and you have unlimited use of all of these tools, not a credit system. Also, use my code ATE20 at the checkout to get 20% off. And one question before you go. Which output would you actually use in your own workflow right now? Drop it in the comments. And speaking about rendering software, D5 released a new version 3.1 with some significant changes. Full review is right here, go watch it next. So thanks for watching and I will see you in the next one.